Hey guys, it's Stephanie with Simarchy, and welcome to a speed build of a family home in Sulani. Now, this is actually part of my starter story challenge, and I'm actually surprised how many people don't even know that this feature exists. But you can create a sim using a starter story where you go through and answer a bunch of random questions, and then it predetermines what they look like, how much money they have, what job they have, their traits, their aspirations, all of that, which is super cool and super fun when you're feeling uninspired to build. And so I went ahead and created this family. They are the Cornell family, and I forgot his name. It should come up here in a second, but he is unemployed, has a fabrication skill, the photography skill. He's creative, a green feed, ambitious, and he would like to be fabulously wealthy. So this I created this challenge. Basically, it's super simple. You just create a sim with the starter story. You can make them a family if you want, and then you go ahead and you build their house only using the starter funds that you're given. So it can range, they could have high or low or regular. And then the challenge, of course, comes in with staying within that budget and also making sure that the home really reflects their personality, their career, their aspirations, their skills, their activities, things like that. So it's super, super fun. I've had it out for a while now, but I thought I would bring it back now that I'm doing Sims again. And I also used the starter story to create his wife. Now, she is an actor who has a comedy and acting skill, and she wants to be at the front of the world. She's ambitious. It went by fast. I didn't see everything, but in my head, she's actually a retired actor, and they live in Sulani. Oh my gosh, I went through their outfits, and some of them are hilarious. But yeah, he's quite a character. But yeah, in my mind, she's a retired actor. They have a lot of money. They bought a home in Sulani, and they're really pursuing their passions. So she has decided now that she is retired and she has her family, she wants to be an artist. So I gave her an art easel in the home later on, and Alejandro, since he's also unemployed right now and he aspires to be a photographer, I went ahead and just gave him a little camera. So I couldn't fit everything. I did kind of go over budget a few times, spoiler alert, but I thought that they were really cute. I thought their story was super cute, and I gave them some children by playing with genetics. So it's really easy to create an entire family and a really good base of a storyline just by using the features built into the Sims if you're not feeling inspired. And then that in turn helps you build the home, because then I already have an idea of where they live, how much money they have, what it's going to look like, what skills they are going to want to work on, and things like that. So this is their daughter. She is 18, and I'm trying to remember the name so hard. They'll come up here in a second. But we also create them a toddler son, a child son, and I gave them a little dog, which I think is a bulldog. I don't even know much about dogs, but I figured they would have a dog running around the island. So he is a social butterfly and self-assured. His name is Tyree. The teenage daughter, she is unflirty and a freegan, and she also wants to be an artist. Penelope, oh, that's a cute name. I forgot that was her name. And our toddler is very silly. His name is Gonzalo. I just went with the randomly generated names because I thought it was fun. So now you know about the family, and I hope you will enjoy their story. So let's get right into it. All right, so here we are starting their home, and I did go straight into Sulani, the beautiful island home, or the island that comes with Island Living, which is one of my favorite packs. It's absolutely beautiful and gorgeous and super fun to build on. I'll be honest though, I haven't used it in quite a while, so it was nice to get back over here and build some beautiful island-inspired homes with bright colors. And this time, since it is based on a specific family with a specific budget, I sort of laid out the rooms as I was building. So as I was making the rooms, I was keeping what type of room it was in mind and the size, so that it was easier for me to not go crazy and build something way too big or way too small. And I definitely do a lot of adjustments to this. I really wanted the big pool. I kind of go back and forth a couple times, but spoiler alert, at the end when I run out of money, yes, I run out of money. That's why this is a challenge. I went through and made the pool smaller and the deck smaller. So the house definitely changes and takes shape throughout this video. As I run out of money, I start going through and deleting things and changing things and swapping things to make the budget work. Now, we do have these cute stilt foundations, which I don't very often use, and I didn't want the entire house to be on stilts, which it very well could have, but I thought it would make a little bit more sense if just like the porch and the deck area was on stilts and the rest of the home was on a block. So I definitely end up changing that in a bit as well. And the roofing, I just went with a very simple roof. I knew I could have went with something really fun and elaborate, or done like a big open roof and things like that. I tried to do some dormers, but I thought they looked funny, and I don't know. The roof isn't perfect, but it works, and that's all that matters. And there I am playing with the pool. I seriously changed it like 3 times, but this is a cool little trick. If you have spa day, I go through and replace the flooring and the wallpaper in the pools with the really bright wallpaper. Now that wallpaper is great because not only does it like shine, it's like luminescent, it's beautiful, but it has slight movement in it, which you can't really tell. It's super subtle, but that being under the water just adds a cool little effect. It's one of my favorite things to do with the pools. Sometimes I'll pick the pretty turquoise color that I chose today, and sometimes I'll go with like the deeper, darker blue. Or if I'm doing more of like a winter build or I want crystal clear water, I'll pick the white one. So there's some really fun things you could do with that for sure. I would definitely recommend playing around with it. Spa Day is actually a pretty underrated pack. Not a lot of people talk about it, but it has some really cool and unique build buy items. I definitely use a lot of them, especially when I'm making ponds and such. I use a lot of the, one item is called the slab. I use them like stepping stones, and I don't know, it has some great items. So definitely check it out if you haven't already. It's not one that I remember myself. That's why it's definitely underrated. It's not my favorite stuff pack, but it's absolutely a good one for builders. Oh my gosh, something just happened to my footage while I'm recording this voiceover, and it scared the heck out of me. I don't know what happened, but right around this mark, so you might be rewatching something, or I might have skipped a little bit, but right around this mark, the footage just stopped. Like the time kept going, but it was stuck on one specific shot and it wouldn't move. And I was like, oh my God, did I record it wrong? Did I mess up my speed build? Did I lose all my footage? So I ended up just closing out of it and reopening it. And thank goodness it is back. Whew, okay. I was like, no, don't do this to me. Tech issues are the worst, especially because normally I live stream. I'm trying to pick YouTube back up again. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Stephanie. Oh my gosh, I never introduced myself, but my name is Stephanie, also known as Simarchy. I'm a mermaid obsessed with The Sims and Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley. And I love seahorses, unicorns, rainbows, kittens, and the color pink. And I normally stream on Twitch. That is my full-time job. I love it. It's been so much fun. I started my channel on The Sims, and I recently started playing Animal Crossing. Well, not recently, but in March. And I'd say the last couple weeks, I'm starting to really get back into The Sims again and try to get my channel going again. Snowy Escape has been a huge help with that. I am extremely excited for that. So yeah, but what I was trying to say is tech issues are awful. Like with YouTube, it sucks, especially if you lose your entire footage and have to rebuild something or just scrap the idea. But when you're streaming and the stream cuts out, which it actually did to me the other day, I was so upset. I was streaming the Sim Guru live stream, watching them go over Snowy Escape, and I actually had a surprise planned for my viewers where I received an early alpha access copy of Snowy Escape, and I was going to share footage with them, and they didn't know what it was. It was a secret. I couldn't say what it was until the embargo lifted, and during that, my internet just cut out. It was just poof, gone, done, don't want to work anymore. Thankfully, all it took was stopping the stream and restarting it, and we were back on track, but I ended up losing 100 viewers just because of that stupid little glitch, and the stream never recovered after that. So I was like, oh man, it sucked. But it's okay. I mean, tech stuff happens. It's just super scary. It's really scary, especially if it's your job. Oh my gosh. But thinking that I just lost that footage, I was about to freak out. Oh my goodness. Okay. Thankfully, that didn't happen. So here we are. Now we're getting to the inside. I went through and did the floor plan, which floor plans are always one of my favorite parts of building. Landscaping as well, which, spoiler alert, we're going to have to get rid of a lot of those greenery pieces that I put under the trees because they're 300 and something simoleons each. Also, the TV is 3,000 simoleons, I think, 2,000 or 3,000. And when I run out of money, I'll just start cutting stuff soon. But yeah, landscaping and the floor plans are always my favorite part. Although I have been getting back into furnishing. I used to love furnishing. That used to be my favorite thing, and I didn't even care what the outside of the house looked like. I didn't even care if it had a roof. And at some point that kind of flipped, and I was bored of furnishing. But now I think I'm actually enjoying the entire process. I'm really enjoying building and furnishing and just really imagining who would live here. And I do a lot of builds where I don't have a budget, but I also really like these little challenges, whether, I just give myself little challenges here and there, whether it's only using base game or only using a set budget. I just really enjoy it. I think it's fun. It just gives like that extra bit of a reason to work harder. And I don't know, I look at the house as a sort of like a puzzle, and I obviously want all their basic needs met. And this family in particular, I wanted to have them have certain things, which I had to, cut resources back a little bit on. So here's one trick I did. I just kind of deleted all of them and made them into one giant piece just by using move objects, not move objects, but the scale cheat, whatever that is. And by the way, if you don't know any of the cheats, you should check out my tutorials. I have a ton. I have a beginner's playlist and an advanced playlist of lots of tips and tricks and build hacks that you can check out if you need help with any of that. But yeah, I made the one piece bigger to cover more of an area, to look like it was more landscaped. And spoiler alert, later in the video, I have to go through and delete those and use a different, cheaper one. But now we're working on the bathroom, and I'm using my favorite shower from university to create my own cute little shower there. So this is the bathroom that's kind of just on the first floor. It's coming off of this room, which I consider a sunroom, just a nice little place to relax. It's not necessarily a living area, but just a cute little cozy space with lots of sunlight. Maybe the family comes and reads down here or just hangs out and socializes. They can open those big giant sliding doors and sit by the pool. So I thought that was a nice little room for them and the perfect place to put the bathroom, so that it's sort of like a common area. And then upstairs, we just have one shared bathroom for everyone. Oop, there's where I ran out of money and made that pool smaller. My heart hurt, but I had to do it. And I just pretty much used the same bathroom stuff from downstairs, upstairs, and just changed the coloring a bit and put in a different shower, since we obviously need a place to bathe the puppy and the toddler. Speaking of the toddler, we're working on his room next. And I do go back through and give him some toys once I figure out a way to make more money here. So he's gonna have a dollhouse, the one from Eco Lifestyle, and of course I had to give him a potty since I didn't fit one into the bathroom. So here's where I am making more money by making the porch smaller, and I think we're eventually going to replace the outdoor lights too, because those are like 120 something, and I know that the one from Cats and Dogs, I believe, is around like 40. Luckily the windows are cheap. The windows in Island Living are a really good price, and I love that some of them are open. It just adds to like the open airiness, tropical feel of the house, and I adore it. So here we go. Now I'm replacing them with a little base game thing, and it's not the best. It doesn't look the prettiest, but at least it was the back of the house and not the front of the house. But I needed money to do our teenage daughter's room, so I kept her room fairly simple. I try to do a lot of bright colors in all the rooms, since I use this like reddish, orangish toned color that I literally probably never use. The flooring's actually, I think, from City Living. And I usually do like basic white, sometimes beige, sometimes dark brown or black, but usually I stick with white, very light colors and pastels. So I really wanted the furniture to pop, and I didn't want the house to look so, I don't know if dark's the right color, but just like so saturated. So definitely went with a lot of like blues and greens and yellows. And now we're working on our son's room. I actually have a frog phobia. I'm terrified of frogs, but he needed a fun, colorful rug that wasn't going to break the bank. So I gave him a frog rug. And here is Mom's artist area right outside her very own bedroom. It's not a suite because they don't have an attached bathroom, but it's her and her husband's bedroom. And so she has her little artist area out here, which is perfect because she can overlook the pool, watch the kids while they're playing, and she has a beautiful shot of the beach and the water. So she could definitely get inspired to make some scenic paintings and some beautiful art based on nature and the beautiful island of Sulani that she retired to, that she lives on, that is just her dream place. And then I wanted to give them a lot of seating outdoors. I know this ended up costing a lot more money, but again, I really, I took their TV away, so I envisioned this family spends a lot of time outdoors. And this is meant to be a starter home. That is the purpose of this challenge. So they don't have to have every single item. Not everything has to be cluttered. Not every wall has to be decorated. Not every floor has to have carpet, which is what I normally do. Like I usually go clutter crazy, but I did. I got them plants. I got them wall art. I put as much as I possibly could in here while staying on budget. And here we're really getting down to the nitty gritty because I'm just running out of money left and right. And I'm like, no, I need a camera because the dad wants to be a photographer. He can't not have a camera. And then I was trying to find a piece of wall art for the living room because again, I like stripped it when I needed more money. And it was a little difficult, but I ended up finding something that worked. And I actually really like the way the house came out. I mean, look at that view. It is so gorgeous. It's so bright and colorful, and it just makes me happy. And here's some shots of the family enjoying the home. So there's little Gonzalo outside. His sister Penelope is right in front of him, lounging, watching her brother Tyree swim in the pool. And then here is the shot of the living room. That guitar actually worked out really well as a focal piece in there. And of course the sunroom is just gorgeous. That plant, by the way, you're gonna have to lift up if you download this house. Hashtag Simarchy or Simarchy123 on the gallery if you want to download it. Look at the views. Oh my gosh, the views of Sulani. Like, you don't even need pictures. If you have some of those open windows, every window looks like a beautiful painting. Speaking of which, there is the mother painting, and there's a shot of the daughter's room. Again, just look at those windows. Oh my god, they're like pretty paintings on their own. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be posting a ton more. Let me know if you have ideas in the comments below. Let me know if you like the starter story challenge, if you're going to attempt it yourself. And I appreciate you guys watching so much. I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to check out those building playlists if you need any help building. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.